Hey everyone, I wanted to make a quick video. My Baratza 270 was not working, and specifically I would have it properly connected all across and I would hit start and the timer would go, but it wasn't grinding. So there's two things to check that we'll take a quick look at. It may require that you open your Baratza set 270, but it's a pretty simple fix, and I'll show you the two things to check. It's usually one or the other that are a safety alarm that is preventing it from properly working. There's a few things that may cause this to not grind like we just saw. One, you'll want to check the obvious, which is this fully inserted and then twisted clockwise? I'm guessing it likely is, which means we'll have to disassemble the back, and we'll take a look at how to do that now. Just doing a sanity check here. Before we do anything opening up the inside, make sure this is completely unplugged, not only from the wall itself, but from the back of the Baratza. Just an extra safety measure, and we'll need it off anyway to take this back off. The first insert we're going to use is the T10 hex insert, and that's going to be for these 4 screws here. But once we take that off, we can't actually remove this because there's one more underneath here. And we're going to actually pop off this little rubber insert. And this is one more T10, and that's connecting this down. So if you just take these 4 off on the back of the Baratza, you're not actually going to be able to pop this off. Okay, so I've now removed these 4 screws, but again, we are not done. This back is not ready to yet pop off. We need to get underneath, again, remove the rubber cover here on the back, and it is also a T10 insert. Just kind of take the top, not a ton of pressure, just push down. That'll pop it back for you. And then we're going to slowly want to take this apart because there are some wires and relays that we wouldn't just want to rip it off in one quick motion. Just be nice and soft with it. Okay. And there's 2 major things we want to check for here. The most common issue is that this relay here, these 2 wires, can become disconnected. And that's because it's so close to the burr. When it's turning on, this is just providing so much torque, the machine is vibrating really quickly. So over time, these will just naturally slip off. And for instance, when this first happened to me, this one appeared like it was on, but it had vibrated so much it was really loose. So what I did in my case, you could use, for instance, like super glue if you wanted to put this on and then glue the joint. Also, what worked well for me is I took, in my case, these wire cutters that have plier tips. So if you have pliers at home or something that can squeeze it down, I didn't go crazy here, but over time, I just lightly pinched on this insert. You can see this insert here is kind of open, and there's kind of 2 prongs that come up like this. And over time, those kind of open up a little bit. So if you use those pliers to crunch them down, you don't want to go crazy here, but just do small adjustments at a time. I'll take these and, take my pliers here and just lightly pinch down, apply a little bit of pressure, retry it here with this relay, and make sure that it's sticking and kind of grabbing. As over time, sometimes they can just slip right off and you need to retighten them. Maybe you've opened this up and realized that this is fully connected. We don't need to make a change. The other alarm that we're going to look for is actually here below. And so to take off the burr and the associated tools, we're going to twist this all the way to the left. And just nice and easy, take it out like that. It's intended to do that. We're not breaking anything or otherwise. It's designed to twist, I suppose, clockwise and just drop out. Okay, so I've got the Baratza on its side on a nice flat table. It's nice and secure. We're going to look for the other trip alarm and make sure that it's working. Again, this is where the burr is connecting and we just twisted it off. We'll take another look here. Let me refocus the camera. This little metal prong is similar to that other alarm, that it has to be set in. When we twist it in, it's set and notifies the machine that it's connected. And you can test this for yourself by slightly pushing it until you hear a little click. And again, we're taking the side here with the little scoop. We're taking the scoop up. And when we hear that click, we know that it should be working. If you don't hear a click, that piece is probably broken and it would probably require a replacement part. but the wiring should be fine on this one. It's only the wiring on the other connector that we looked at that can come loose. So if that is connected and you've confirmed that, while you've already got it taken apart, go ahead and just test that this is clicking like that, and you should be good to go. You know, again, if it's still not working for whatever reason, there's probably a deeper issue and it may require a replacement part, but certainly at that point it goes beyond my expertise. So get in contact with Baratza, and I hope that gets you back to grinding. Thanks.